G'day, mate.
Hey boys, today I just wanted to make a quick update video on my Khalderun Ruin of Silent Death team. The previous video we were actually using Fran in place of where Riley is. Since putting Riley in, it has actually made this team a little more stable and a bit safer again. The previous team was around 98 to 99% safe. This current team here is running over 99.5% safe with only one foul and about 300 to 400 runs. So we'll have a quick look through the runes here before we get started. So Riley is moving first for the attack buff and the cleanse and just the healing and just basically taking the same role that Fran was in the team for. She's just basically a better version of Fran for this. The stats on her, you don't need her this fast. You can drop about 20 or so speed on her. You don't need the resistance on her either, but she is on a speed HP build. You do want her on violent. The will's not necessary, but this is my siege and my arena offense Riley, so that's why she's on the will runes here. On the right hand side artifact, you do want to go for the skill 3 recovery, and for this dungeon in particular on the left hand side here, I don't have any on her because I don't need to. She's tanky enough as she is, but you would want to go minus damage taken from dark on the left side here. The next to move in the team is the Jultan. He's the defense breaker here. You want him as tanky as you can get him as well. He's on a HP build. Ideally, you'd like him on a triple revenge build, not the blade set here. I just don't have any good slot 4 and 6 revenge HP runes, so I've just slapped a blade set on him just because it was kind of made some sort of sense with stats. On the right hand side here, I've just gone for some extra skill 3 accuracy for the defense break. And then on the left hand side here, we've gone for some minus damage from dark as well as some extra additional damage as well. Then next to move in the team is the Shaman. Shaman is basically the main damage dealer in this team. He's what makes this team as safe and as stable as it can possibly be. He is the best unit for this dungeon here. He is on a speed, crit damage and attack build with some skill 2 crit damage on the right hand side here and some damage dealt on dark on the left hand side here. And then finally, last to move in the team is the Verd. The Verd acts as a booster behind your entire team to boost them all back up again, to give them an extra turn, typically before the boss will even take a turn sometimes, as well as just keep turn cycling you, so you're getting more and more turns out, definitely before either of the side mobs get a turn when you're facing the boss. So this is just my Trikaru Verd as well. So he's on a attack, crit damage, and attack build. Basically as much damage as you can possibly get out of him, with some extra damage on the right hand side here. Just whatever ones make sense for you. If you have skill 1 or skill 2 really high crit damage ones, that'll do too. I've gone for the additional damage by attack with some extra crit damage as less and more. The attack up effect isn't too bad in this dungeon with the Verd because of the Riley putting the attack buff on. And on the left hand side here, I've gone for a damage dealt on dark with also some minus damage from dark. If you're finding your Verd is too squishy and is dying a lot here, you can swap out these artifacts for a HP main stat. But with mine, with the minus 10% damage from dark on this side, it's kind of enough that he doesn't really die too often. We'll get started here anyway and have a look at one of the runs. So this first wave here is never really a problem for anybody. It's pretty sort of straightforward. You'll just sort of just squeeze through here. Beautiful. Now the reason for the Riley in the team instead of the Fran is basically not only does Riley have better base stats, but the Riley has healing on 3 of her skills, as well as the AoE cleanse is actually a lot better than the Fran's single target cleanse. For the final stage, the boss does put a buff block on, so Riley with the cleanse can basically just mitigate that to a large extent. There we go, through the first phase there, no problems. Now here we go again. So this is the Verd basically boosting everybody back up. Dual time with the defense break into the Shaman. And then this is like I said, like having a very high damage Verd because he can actually finish off if the Shaman doesn't do skill 2 and kill it. So you just squeeze through these stages really fast. And there we go. So he actually died to the reflect damage then of the Jultan. So we'll do one more quick one here. It has got around about the minute, so this is the minute 12 with the best time of 56 seconds. The average though is around the 1 minute 20 second mark, somewhere around there. Here we go, back through the first stage again here. The good thing about the high damage Verd here as well is because he can also one-shot a lot of the mobs here. So it just speeds up the time even in these trash waves here. Okay, defense breakout into the skill 2, and then like I said, there we go, the Verd finishes off the boss on that first stage. So we didn't have the attack buff out of Riley then, but the high damage Verd basically cleans it all up. So we've missed a defense break there. But you'll see here, this is what makes it so safe. With the Verd, basically we get a second go through, even though we've missed it there again. So this is where it can go a little wrong, right? The only time it can go a little bit wrong is if Jultan just constantly keeps missing the defense breaks. But you've seen that he's missed 2 in a row, and we're still getting through without really too much problems at all. And that's a perfect example of the Riley AoE cleanse there, as opposed to the Fran. And there we go. So that was about as bad as a run can ever possibly go. We missed multiple defense breaks there. They messed up my speed tuning as well, and we still managed to get through without really too much difficulty. The Shaman did die, but that's not that much of a problem. Like you said there, like with having a really high damage Verd, basically that covers up for if either one of your damage dealers die, the other one can carry through. Alrighty boys, beautiful. There's the updated team. Let me know if you guys have any problems with this team, or if you have any variants on this team that we can possibly try out, and I'll see you in the next one, boys. Thank you.